Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Grab yourself a cup of tea like me because today we are spilling the tea, sipping the tea, spilling the tea. I don't know what it is, but we're spilling the tea. This is actually coffee, but you know, that's the tea. We're spilling the tea about relationships and MS, specifically about my relationship and MS, which is totally surreal that I'm going to be chatting about myself and my boyfriend. The eagle-eyed amongst us will notice I'm sat on the sofa by myself, and I promise you I do have a boyfriend and he does exist. We've been together for over 2 years now and he is amazing. We have the most amazing relationship ever, but there are some things that, you know, I don't want to put all over the internet, and I don't feel the need to publicise my relationship. And also I respect him, and I'm not sure he would be the most comfortable on a camera. And besides, this channel is all about me, okay? Izzy, MS. It's not Izzy, my boyfriend's name, MS. So it's all about me. Let's keep it all about me. But I do have a boyfriend. He is amazing, and I'm going to tell you guys all about how we got together, because the tea. How he found out that I had MS. Because the amount of messages that I get from people who are going through an MS diagnosis, rocking the MS life by themselves, and they haven't told people around them, they haven't told their partner, they haven't told family, they haven't told friends, and they're just a terrified little person going through this world with no support network around them. And if I can give you guys confidence to go and tell the person that you love, tell your partner, tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your friends that you have an MS diagnosis, then that is a big plus for me, I think. I could not imagine going through this by myself, and I also strongly believe that having a good and supportive support network around you, people who love you around you, is just, you know, amazing. And they will boost your spirits and shower you with love if ever you need it on this roller coaster ride of chronic illness. So yeah, I'm gonna put this down now. Anyway, so I have a boyfriend. We've been together over 2 years. We have the most amazing relationship ever. It's just so easy, and we just laugh the whole time. We don't take things seriously in life. We're both a bit of a joker. We laugh at everything, mostly ourselves, mostly at our own expense. And it's just like so easy and amazing, and yeah. But before we got together, we are shooting back to 2016, and I will leave the video where I talk about my MS diagnosis and MS attack story, because it was very extreme, very traumatic, but luckily that was almost 3 years ago and we've got no issues since. But we're going back to that time, 2016, the summer of. Worst summer ever. Basically, short story, went to hospital, became paralysed, it was horrendous, and after I came out of hospital, I had zero confidence. I went back to hospital to get diagnosed with MS, so it was like, went to hospital, then came out of hospital, then went back to hospital to get an MS diagnosis, not just MS, aggressive MS, okay. So by the end of all of it, I was lost. I didn't know where I was. It was like I had been picked up and just broken into a million puzzle pieces, and I was desperately trying to piece myself back together, but yeah, felt shit. I had steroids in hospital which gave me the most horrific steroid acne ever, and I was on them for 2 weeks, and the steroid acne literally lasted like, I would say like almost a year, because it just messed up my body so much. So I came out of hospital, I had horrific acne all over my face, and it wasn't just normal, it wasn't normal spots, it was like blisters. Oh, it was vile. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Also, I had been paralysed and therefore not moving for a while, and was very depressed and sad and anxious, and my one comfort was food. And let me tell you, I ate and ate and ate. So I was literally a stone and a half heavier than I am now. And my self-worth, self-esteem, confidence was at an all-time low. I went through a period of time where I was so angry at my body, frustrated, just, you know, angry about everything. How has my body done this to me? And now this is what's going to be my life for like the future, and just, yeah, didn't really deal with that in the best way, because as much as I came out of hospital and I was like, oh God, I just want to like go into a cave and not come out for like 10 years until I've sorted myself out, there was a big part of me that was like, I just want to show my friends that I have come out of this stronger, and I've not been broken, and this is not going to stop me, and rah, rah, rah. So to do all of that and having the kind of mind frame where I was like, fuck my body, basically, I found some kind of escapism in going out with my friends and drinking, like, at any opportunity. And I obviously don't recommend that to people. There's better things to do, like, you know, meditate, get some therapy, go to the gym. I was not in a good place. Obviously, drinking is a depressant, so it's not like I went full-blown alcoholic, but I was 22. You know, when you're 22, you have quite a healthy social life. I had friends who were still at uni, so I was going to visit them. You know, I could visit them midweek and then go again on the weekend, and just have fun. I was having fun because I was with my friends, but I was desperately, desperately unhappy. So that's where I was at the end of 2016. And like I said, I was going to back to uni to visit people who were still there. And when me and my boyfriend first met each other in 2013, when we all of my friendship group that I'm going to talk about now, when we all started uni, and we were all in the same halls of residence. So I met him originally there. We were in the same kind of wider friendship group. We like were friends, but I think, to be honest, we only had, whilst we were at uni together, like 5 conversations with each other. But he was still at uni when I came out of hospital and when I was going back down to see people. So this story to my boyfriend probably only started, of how we got together, probably only started in April 2017, but to me it started in October 2016. I was at a house party and we were just chatting. It's like, oh, how, like, what are you up to, kind of thing, blah blah blah, how have you been, to me, because people knew that I'd been in hospital, but maybe they knew I had a diagnosis, but they definitely didn't know like the extremity of it all and what actually had happened, like the facts. So I was chatting to him and he was just like, oh yeah, I've just broken up with my girlfriend. And I was like, in my head, like, tell me more. So to him, because he's a boy, he doesn't even remember telling me this, by the way, just because it was he didn't mean anything to him, it was just, he was just having a conversation. But to me, I was like, oh my goodness, okay, he's broken up with his girlfriend, interesting. And then he said, oh, but I've literally, you know, like, just done it. I haven't told any of the boys yet, I haven't told anyone actually, you're the first person that I've told. So I was like, oh, I must have told my best friend at some point, because she has got a big part to play in this. So I must have told my best friend at some point, like, oh, you know, he's just broken up with his girlfriend and I'm the first one that knows. Like, what do you think? What do you think like that? So I don't really remember, but I must have been going down to see people. But oh, actually, no, I remember. I had Lemtrada in December 2016. So I obviously had a break from going out and socialising with people because your immune system gets blitzed, so you can't catch any germs and whatnot. So, I mean, this story must start up again the end of January. So somewhere between me telling my best friend, oh, you know, he's broken up with his girlfriend kind of thing, and going back to visit in January, he, my now boyfriend, had found out that I fancied him. I don't know how it got expressed to him, because you know how you might say to someone, oh, you know, like, he's attractive, and then they tell someone, it's like, oh, they fancy you, and then they tell the person, and it's like, oh, she's really liking you, you know. So my best friend had told a boy in our friendship group that I found my now boyfriend attractive or whatever, which then planted the seed in his head, and we started talking on more and more. Like, when I would go down to visit, we started talking, and then it kind of progressed into, we started meeting up one-on-one, and then basically we started seeing each other, because, you know, getting together with someone now and having a relationship. Can you hear my cat wailing? Oh God, she's a nightmare. But you have to go through all these complicated steps of, like, oh, having that conversation. What are we? What aren't we? Blah blah blah. But yeah, we said we were seeing each other in May, and then we became boyfriend and girlfriend in June. And so you might think, oh, why have you just told us all this story? Like, I don't care, it's totally irrelevant. But we got together in June, officially. If you have been following me, subscribe to me. If you're not, you can subscribe to me down below. Then you will know that I put out my first video in April 2017. And I did that because it was MS Awareness Week, and also because, like I say, I was 22. Yeah, I was 22, and when you're 22, you have like a very big I had a very big like social group around me, because, you know, I had my school friends, and then from your school friends you've got people who went to other schools that you knew whilst you're at school, and then I had uni friends, and then I had like their friends, and so I had a lot of people who knew me and who knew I'd been in hospital and who wanted to know what happened to me. So I just wanted to put a video out there. I didn't know actually if I was going to do a video or just like write a Facebook post, but I wanted to do a video or something and just share it on my Facebook, just so I wouldn't have to go through the same story every time I bumped into someone, you know. At least everyone would find out at the same time, so I didn't have to go through maybe like 400 times when I see all these people, everything that happened to me, just because I wasn't really in a happy place and I just couldn't be bothered with it. So I put out that video in April, and that is how my boyfriend found out. I think he knew before, but that's how he found out the real, like, what actually happened and what it actually means. That's how he found out. I have no advice to people who have been with their partner for ages and then they've got diagnosed and like need to like sit down with them and tell them. But if you're worried about telling your partner, I think what I'm going to do is I screenshotted the messages that my boyfriend sent me when he watched that video, just because I think that there's some really important things that he says in the messages that I think will really, I hope, reassure people who are worried about telling people that they have MS. I mean, at least you're only telling potentially one person, the person that you're with, and with me, the whole of my Facebook friends found out, and you know you have too many friends on Facebook, really. You meet people at a house party when you're like 16 and you're like, cool, friend request, and then you come back years later and it's like, actually I've got no idea who you are, why am I friends with you? So yeah, literally every one of my friendship Facebook friends found out. So at least you're only telling one person. Think about me, I had like over 1,000 people find out who knew me like that. So yeah, because he's not in the video, we still need something from him. Yeah, so bear with. Okay, here we go. I think I've almost found it. Help, I don't know. Can't find the messages now. Okay, so I put the video up and I just got so worried and anxious and overwhelmed by the fact that now everyone knew what happened to me, that I had to just go for a really long walk. I remember just like, I need to get out of the house, just need to go on a walk to kind of like distract myself and like listen to some music and be like, it's okay. And then I would go back and check my computer later. So the message starts with me just saying, me just saying to him, I was worried about when you saw it. I feel so overwhelmed, had to leave the house, haha, and it's raining on me. And then he said, you shouldn't have been worried about me seeing it, don't be silly. It's honestly so brave to put that online for everyone to see. I know I'm probably the 10 millionth person to say that, but it really is. Just makes me think you're even more amazing than I did, which I didn't know I could, haha. #1 fan. I'm here, spelt here, H-E-A-R. Interesting, instead of H-E-R-E. Okay. I'm here if you ever want to talk about it, as I'm sure lots of people, and it's not ideal that it's raining, haha. But honestly, sharing that was amazing, and you really shouldn't have worried about me or anyone else seeing it for that matter. He is so nice, isn't he, everyone? And then I think I've got one more screenshot. Then he said, it might not seem brave to you, but to anyone else, i.e. me, who doesn't even have the slightest clue what you've been through and never ever will have any idea of anything close to it, it's really quite amazing that you're willing to share it. And that's what I think makes you so crazy amazing, is that you're literally the nicest person and so positive about everyone and everything all the time despite it all. So it is brave. You can't see it because it's you doing it, but trust me, everyone else can. That's why I like you, because you're so positive and share my love of food. And like, if you remember, I was like over a stone heavier than what I am now. Like, I love food. I loved food back then. I love the food. But I think there are some really important things that he said in those messages that I think hopefully people watching this can get into their heads. The amount of times that he said you should never have worried about telling me, about telling anyone finding out, you should never have worried, that it was really brave, and just, yeah, guys, you should not worry about telling people that you have MS. If they're in your life, they love you, they support you, and they will even love you more, support you more finding out about this. And just remember, everyone, having MS is not your fault. You didn't ask for this to happen. You can't do anything about it. It's just something shit that has happened. But with people around you supporting you, you will get through it. So, yeah, don't worry, everyone. Please tell the people around you, get the support. You know, one person actually messaged me on Instagram the other day and they said, quote, one of my biggest insecurities is telling someone who I meet in the future that I have MS. And that blew my mind. I just thought, of all the things to be worried and insecure about when meeting someone, that should be the least of your worries. Don't worry, okay? You can't change the future. You know, it's gonna come. The future is coming. Just go with the flow. Ride the positive wave. You don't know what's happening in the future. You don't know what's going to happen, you know, in the next minute, in the next year. So just roll with it. My camera just cut out. But yeah, I just really want to express to people the things that my boyfriend said in that text. You know, you should never have worried. It's amazing that you're telling me. It's so brave. You should never have worried. And yeah, I really hope that you guys got something from this video. I know it was a lot of me just talking about my life and how amazing my boyfriend is and whatever, which is, you know, cringe, but it's true. I don't want you guys to go through a diagnosis, to go through this condition alone, so please tell the people around you. And if you have told your partner or the person that you're with that you have MS and you have got any tips of how to tell people, please leave them down in the comments below, because I don't have any advice on how to like sit down and tell someone, because everyone found out who knows me, literally everyone, literally old Harry that I met at a house party like 10 years ago found out when I put my video up. So just remember, at least you're only telling 1 or 2 people, perhaps your family. At least you're not telling like 1,000 people and everybody knows your business, but that's something I chose to do, and that's cool. But yeah, I don't have any advice on how to sit down and tell your partner that you've been given this diagnosis. So if you've personally done that and you've got any tips, please leave them down below, because I think that that will be really, really good, really positive and really helpful, and let's all help each other. Thank you for watching this video. Please follow me on Instagram if you want to see more about me. Please subscribe, please like, please watch some of my other videos if you want to find out more about my life. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!